The last 12 months have seen the region take great strides towards the development of a low-carbon economy, and the Journal has been championing these efforts for some time through our Great North Revolution campaign. Now, the term revolution is no exaggeration. These industrial sectors have the potential to help reshape the North East economy around some exciting new technology. And the progress so far is encouraging. We're the first part of the UK to be named a low-carbon economic area, and Nissan has selected the North East as home to its new battery plant. We hope that they will soon announce plans to build their new electric vehicle here as well. And today, it has just been announced that a major international business, Clipper Wind Power, is making a significant investment in the renewable sector on the banks of the River Tyne. Several old shipyards on the river could soon be reborn as factories for building offshore wind turbines. But there's more of that later in the session. And of course, the North East is home to some of the most innovative research in this sector, thanks to the new and renewable energy centre at Blyth. These developments have not happened by accident. Bringing major investors to the region is a difficult task. Ensuring that the region is ready to support a sector such as electric vehicles does not happen overnight. But the North East is rising to that challenge. At the North East Economic Forum annual dinner last month, Ivan Hodak, Secretary-General of the European Automobile Manufacturers Association, said that the North East was ahead of anywhere else in the UK in this regard. But the North East is only able to achieve this success by pulling together. We are a small region. In terms of GVA, we can only compete with the likes of Manchester, Yorkshire and the West Midlands if we pool together the economies of Tyne and Wear, Northumberland, Durham and Teesside. It is by acting at a regional level that we have been able to support initiatives such as NAREC, extol the virtues of the region to global players like Clipper, and convince Nissan that this is the best place in Europe to build a pioneering electric vehicle plant. And it's not just in the economic sphere where this is true. In culture, for example, we've seen a reinvention of the region over the last 10 years or so, from the Angel of the North to the Middlesbrough Institute of Modern Art, the Sage Gateshead and Baltic. Again, this has been achieved largely thanks to the North East acting as one for the good of the whole region. Today, as we stand at a political and economic crossroads, the North East unity is under threat. And that's why the Journal launched the Case for the North East. It's a campaign to preserve our regional identity, our regional pride, and our regional voice. The North East is a clear and distinct region. There is no generic North. So the message to Whitehall, and indeed the BBC, is please don't just lump us in with Leeds, Liverpool and Manchester. I'm aware that the Journal, before my time as editor, used to run a very high-profile campaign called Case for the North that highlighted the inequalities of the Barnett formula. But we've moved on from complaining that we aren't getting enough from government handout. We've started to do some remarkable things for ourselves. However, integration, consolidation, amalgamation, rationalisation, whatever spin you put on cost-saving driven structural change poses a very real threat to the progress that we've been making. We need as many decision makers as possible to be based right here in the North East, but there are already disturbing signs that the traffic is flowing the other way. Take the creative industries, for example. Our BBC region is run from Manchester. ITV Time Teas is bossed from Norwich. The museums, libraries and archives North East office shut some time ago, and the nearest officials are in Birmingham. And now the highly successful Arts Council North East has been folded in with their counterparts in Yorkshire and the North West to make one super North region, and I use the word super advisedly. I'm sure all that ticks a box with someone somewhere, but what will it do to the cultural regeneration momentum that we've built up? Well, it's certainly not going to speed it up, is it? And talking of speed, transport is consistently viewed as the single most important issue by businesses in the region, probably due to a history of underinvestment from successive governments. For the North East to prosper, we need to improve our connectivity with the rest of the UK and the world. The road network needs upgrading with a focus on key trunk routes. High-speed rail must not be allowed to bypass the North East. Our ports should be more fully utilised. and the region's 2 airports need to be supported, not threatened by the imposition of stealth taxes dressed up in green clothes. Today, we are fortunate to have some of the country's leading politicians here in the region, including the entire Cabinet. It's essential that they not only understand the case for the North East, but the consequences of having too many decision makers sat outside our region. If our voice is not heard, not only do we endanger the exciting economic future that we have begun to build, but we may also undo some of the significant progress that the region has made over recent years. Thank you.